Hello, everybody. I'm Monty the Meat Missile.
Old Boy 07 here.
Yep, and I'm Jude Lux. How's it going, guys?
Today, we're doing another episode of Scordcast. Love this stuff, and it's going to be fun.
Get hyped.
So, today, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. It's going to be awesome. Sorry, I'm turning up my light. Basically, today we had a pretty big meeting in the Scarlet Order about new uniforms, about a whole bunch of different stuff. We're actually going to talk a little bit about those uniforms today. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome meeting that came to pretty much not at the last second, but I mean we there were a lot of people that showed up, a lot of people that we haven't seen in a long time, a lot of familiar faces, and a lot of new people as well.
We crammed like 30 of us on an 890.
There were a lot of us on that 890. There were a lot of us. Even just getting with the player collision, basically what was happening is we were trying to get to the 890 and crashing into each other. It was actually kind of funny.
Yep, I died once. It was great. Broke my legs.
I'm pretty sure I remember that. You're like, somebody broke my legs.
Also on a side note, Hankin was not feeling the best today. He decided to take the night off. It sucks, but we have Old Boy back, and I'm excited. I've missed him so much.
Show must go on. We must do our thing.
Old Boy, how you feeling?
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm feeling pretty good, Monty. Thanks for asking. A lot of you know, some of you might not know that I recently had a major surgery on my kidneys to remove some cancer from my body, and hit me pretty hard. So I haven't been streaming too much lately, but I'm definitely feeling better, and happy to be back with the boys here on Scordcast.
It's good to have you, man. Good to have you back, and not many people, make it through all that stuff. So it's good that you're in good health and doing well, man. It's good that
I
you're
appreciate
doing well.
that, Jude. Thanks, man.
I was low key freaking. I'm not gonna lie.
A little scared,
It's
dude.
scary. I mean, it's definitely scary. It's not a small deal, as much as I like to downplay it or not talk about it at all, because it is hard to talk about. But it's a very big deal, and it was something that was hard on a lot of my friends and family. So I just really appreciate all the support throughout all of that hardship.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, welcome back. It's good to have you back. We're here doing Scordcast, playing Star Citizen. Streams have been good. You're good. So let's move on.
Dude, it has been crazy how many people are streaming Star Citizen now, man. It's
holy
dude, there's at least like 50 on at any given time. And I'm like, geez, I thought we were special.
That's actually great that you mentioned that, because I've noticed that too. There's been and it's good for the game because the game is getting more popular and more fun to play, and we're getting a lot of eyes on the game, and I think that's a big deal for Star Citizen. And so you're starting to see new people we haven't even seen before, and there's a couple of streamers that are maybe someone's mentioning not for small streamers, but it's kind of because there are a lot of streamers out there that look for small streamers to watch. Like I know a few people specifically that will only pick out smaller channels that they can interact with because that person is more likely to see their chat. And so they'll be like, all right, well, I'm going to play with this guy. I have a better chance of jumping into this person's server and playing with them and getting to learn the game than, trying to jump in somebody like Rex, Rex lets everybody in, but, other bigger streamers that are more exclusive to like their tiny little group or something, you know? So
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you got 50 people that can join a server. So
mhm.
you got, upwards to 700 people watching you. There's a huge chunk of your viewership that's not going to be able to get into that game.
Right, right. You guys are not small. You're all giants. Believe it. Winter Edge, man. Thank you, dude. Thanks
Oh,
for
we love you,
supporting
Winter.
all our
With my
channels, man.
average of 5 viewers, yeah. Okay. Love you, Winterge.
Hey, when I started playing Star Citizen, my average was 5, between 3 and 5 viewers, and it just sort of kind of went, goes on. And met all you beautiful people. But yeah, it's cool to see, I guess is what I was saying. Bringing on that subject is just the game's getting popular. There's more things to do. The patches are looking better each patch,
It is, man. And Lyric showed up, dude. I mean, come on.
Dude,
Lyric showed up.
playing Star Citizen, dude, I mean, something's happening with the game, so I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's only going to go up from here too, personally. I mean,
Mhm.
with each year that passes, more and more content gets added to the game. The game becomes more accessible and it just has little aspects to it that will appeal to other people,
Yeah.
So
We start getting more gameplay loops, right? Like we're starting to
Yeah.
get things like, I mean, I've personally got into on mining right now, which I knew was available with the caves and stuff, but I was flack back in our guild or in our org that was like, hey, you can mine and sell on the prospector now, and I was like, what? That opens up a whole new thing. Like I'm gonna freaking let me do it. And I was like on my prospector doing solo mining adventures. I think I brought Majarshan with me once. He was flying around with a Gladius while I was flying around in my prospector. And he's like, all right, Jude, you're going to go and find the node. I'm going to hop out. We're both going to mine. And then you go continue looking. And he was just flying with me in a Gladius, which was kind of cool. So
yeah,
fun.
there's a lot of awesome content coming down the line too that I'm really excited.
CIG, give me medical already.
Definitely hype for med. Definitely hype for med. I want to see the closed gameplay prison loops too.
I would really like to see, I mean, I go into it all the time. It's like, I want to see medical. I want to see all these features, but I want something that ties it all together. That's my thing. Like, all of these things are awesome, but I want to do something with what I'm doing, something that kind of makes it a little more meaningful or MMO-esque. Like, do I level up or do I get to choose builds or do I get to do, something a little more like that pulls it all together, but it's a long way down the way.
Yeah. That Pioneer though. We can
That
start
is pretty
building
cool.
outposts.
Come
on.
There's so many ships that kind of make you wonder, like, holy crap, like the scope of this game is like not this big, this, It's
Right.
I mean, if you look at it, our game is currently how many millions of kilometers across?
Just one system.
And that's one system out of like 100 that they want to do. Are you kidding me? This game's going to be giant. You're never going to be able to explore all of it.
Yeah. I mean, even like looking at Elite Dangerous and how their world is set up, and you hop in, you go into Elite Dangerous, and you're like going to all these different, like, I mean, it's kind of, they say about Elite Dangerous, or it's like super deep but very shallow at the same time, whatever the saying is, a mile wide and I don't know. There's a saying for it, but whatever. I guess the game is shallow is what I'm trying to say. And
let me just comment, Jude, your new camera is amazing. You look amazing.
Looking pretty sweet, my dude.
It's nice, man. It was a nice upgrade. I feel like we're in for it for a while, and I've did the sound, and I was debating between a new mic and a new camera, and I really, really, really was not going to sleep unless I got the camera. Like, if I got the mic, I was going to be like, man, but I don't have the camera. So I'm going with the camera, and I really like it. It's nice. It's really cool. But thank you.
All right. So I guess we should talk about what everybody wants to hear about. Scord's makeover.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Scord's got a new look.
Oh,
that's right.
It's beautiful. So we don't currently have a uniform lucrum that's still being decided.
Yeah.
I recommend the dust
Take
up.
your time because we get to look however we want.
Yeah. So we'll show you guys the past uniforms and then what the new updated versions are, just to be cool. So this was the old House Venandi uniforms. On the left, you had your regular combat pilot, and on the right was the combat pilot lead.
It actually looks really good. You know, for the old one, I haven't got a chance to see the old uniform, but that red and white looks kind of cool.
I have to agree. Like, I really like the way that they all look. I don't know.
Well, the Force Flex Autumn camo undersuit had a different style to it before. I don't know if you've noticed, but they've modified that specific undersuit. Yeah, so it has little hexagons all over, and it doesn't have the same.
Oh, that's that undersuit. Okay, so that one's camo, and the new one is I see it now. That's interesting.
And then this was the ground uniform for our ground assault team.
Oh yeah,
I really like the Morningstar helmet.
You gotta have them look intimidating, you know.
It instills a sense of terror.
What helmet is that?
That's the Venandi ground pound, the Morningstar. That's the Morningstar helmet. I think it's just the white or gray one.
Hold up. What did you just call the Venandi ground squad?
It's the Venandi ground pound, my dude.
I love it. I love it. And then this would be the new uniform. That is the dust up helmet, the Inquisitor core, Inquisitor arms, and the Inquisitor legs.
I've got to be honest, guys. Listen here, Winteridge. Back to the drawing board. I'm kidding, but you know, it works. It works. I'm not the biggest fan of the helmet. The helmet is my I've just never been a big fan of that helmet. But other than that, I think as an overall general use for our org, it works. Definitely works. Gives you that intimidating look.
It's sleek.
Not my house.
that would have been more so directed towards.
I like Archangel's idea. Put the Cadillo helmets on there. Oh, have them look like Spartans.
Oh right. Have them look actually like Spartans. Do we all get those, or is it's only subs, right? Or unless you bought it?
I think it's subs.
I think it's only subs.
Okay.
But with that, also, I want to know any scored member that is a command rank or higher technically doesn't have to wear that. It's one of the perks of being in the upper leadership.
Okay.
You can wear a custom helmet.
So if you raise the ranks, you don't have to wear it. Well, I mean, that would be my perk because Nem, I'm talking to you. That helmet, okay? Actually, I really like the Morningstar helmet. So if we put the Morningstar helmet on that outfit, if I had to choose one, it would probably be pretty cool. But subs can rebuy it and give them. Okay, I see. Weird. Okay. So this was our general, right? Because I know we had some notes in here about the different houses having different uniforms, right? But so that's what it's going to be then, just that general one all around. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I believe we're also subbing out that Force Flex Autumn camo undersuit now for the Odyssey 2 black and red undersuit now as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just love OBS for screw, but it's okay. I guess
sometimes OBS it can be a little weird, especially when you're switching scenes and you have things all laid out. Like you might switch a scene and it will flip everything, or be all weird and delayer everything. So.
If I was over House Venandi, everyone would wear pink and fly ships with Starter Kitten skins. I would love that idea, Winteridge. I wholeheartedly support it.
I'm just saying, I'd be in it.
About that.
Star Kitten skins, man. I couldn't do it.
So, did we have any announcements or members of the week that we wanted to go over, or anything like that, or was that down later?
We'll do that at the end.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
You fucked up, Jude. God
I'm
damn
sorry,
it.
I fucked it up.
But next, we also have the newly announced Nith uniforms. I'm excited about this because I'm House Nith, and I love this.
I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, so I'm excited.
This is the House Nith uniform. So,
oh my god.
yeah,
Such
that's party. That's party.
Wait, so do you have to buy anything, or do you get all of that?
So the really cool thing about Scored is we have funds set aside in case if you do not have the money or do not feel like buying your uniform. The Scarlet Order will.
Personal, let's take note. Anybody that's not in Scored or thinking about joining, we will fund your uniform.
We will fund a whole lot more than that. We will fund you having a good time by you jumping on ships with us. Even if you are like newer to the game, and let's say you don't have. Let's say you're new to the game and you don't have that ship, and all you're rocking is like an Aurora or a Mustang Alpha. Don't worry. There's always at least 5 of us on. We're always doing something. You can jump on one of our ships or meet us somewhere and come do some fun stuff with us. So just because you're a new player and you don't have any of the better ships, don't worry. Feel free to still come join us. Any member is, welcome to jump on anybody's ship.
I like that though, because we've been doing a lot of good events lately. Like we've had cross org events with other orgs. We've had mining expeditions when 3.7 launched. We've some failed mining expeditions when the patch first launched, but we've had a lot of fun. So it kind of rolls into that point of Scored has had a lot of fun, and there's been a lot of interest from people that, like when I stream, for example, there's been a lot of people that I've met through my stream that have joined into Scored or just wanted to do more activities with us. It's been a really good time. Like I've had a blast in the last 2 weeks. I don't even know where I am. It's been so fun. Everything's like a blur. It's been a lot of fun.
I do have to say I really do enjoy the number of people who just jump in and play with us. Just because you're not a member of the org doesn't mean you can't come have fun. Even if you're not, still feel free to join the Discord and come join us on some events.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe down the line you might end up joining and being a member anyway.
Oh, they will.
You will be assimilated.
You will be with us.
You will be assimilated. You will
but it is really cool. It's really fun.
Yeah. But 3.7 has been really probably the best patch I've had. I joined in 3.5, so I don't have a lot of experience with some of the worst patches, but 3.5 was not a good patch. 3.7 has been amazing.
3.5. What's the worst thing you guys remember about 3.5? I remember the elevators in Hurston not bringing you to the right hangar, and that just like was the worst. It wouldn't.
Which patch was it where you would get trapped? Like there was no way to leave Levski. That was one of the worst ones for me.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Did you get stuck in Levski jail?
Bro, you had to like jump down into the pit and have people fly down into the pit and rescue you if you wanted to leave Levski. I don't remember which patch it was, but it was a really terrible experience. Do not miss.
I'm glad I did not join on that one. I heard there were a couple of really, really good patches and a couple of really, really bad patches. And I'm thankful that even though 3.5 was when I started playing again, because I backed the game August of 2016, but Cesium and I started playing right around April. So 3.5, and we started playing again and really getting into the game. But that patch was honestly, if I could maybe not, I would have maybe not joined in 3.5, but that was when gimbal assist came in and everybody was all arms in the air like auto aim is just so bad. Like it was like I couldn't stream without somebody, at least one person coming in the chat being like, "Oh my god, you're using aim assist. It's basically aiming for you." It was
I mean, prior to that, it was a lot harder to be good.
Fix weapons.
Yeah.
So Winter says joining 3.5 is like taking your first cruise on the Titanic. I agree wholeheartedly. That was a terrible patch.
Wait
Hey
a
man,
second.
I'm a golden ticket backer. The very first patch that I played was literally walking around your hangar, and I mean you couldn't do anything but push buttons that literally didn't do anything. Like it was just an animation. you sit, you lay down in your bed. Oh man, good old days.
I do remember because when I backed in 2016, what they had released, I believe, was Port O and the ability to walk around ArcCorp. So they had the ArcCorp Plaza area, and you could walk around and buy items and then use it in the universe. But I don't know if you guys remember that when you went to the ArcCorp Plaza, the frames were like 80 to 100. It was like the best frames ever because it was like closed off from the universe.
Right, yeah.
So it
It's
was kind of
before
cool.
object container streaming.
Mm-hmm.
That was
So
probably one of the best patches for me when they dropped OCS, because it was like going from
yeah.
like a slideshow of a game to something that felt tangible. Like they were
Well, that's
making serious
why.
project progress on it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I was that's exactly right. That's how I was even able to play again is when they dropped OCS and my frames went from 10 to like 50 average, like we could actually play in the verse, like cuz there was a long period of time and the reason I didn't play the game was because you literally couldn't. Like it wouldn't take advantage of my hardware. It would just be not loading, you know? Like it wouldn't use my GPU or anything, so yeah, it was a rough time.
Evertis, that's so sweet. 3.0 is best patch because it was where I first ran it.
Oh.
I think we just
Tear
found
to my eye.
the next spotlight scored bromance.
It's not me and Henkin.
It was me and Old Boy for a hot minute, and then it was you and Hank, and now it's Winteridge and Vertus.
I think we
But
all got a little love for each other.
What's up,
so
cupcakes?
what's your guys' most favorite bug?
Hmm.
Like the one you actually enjoyed really well. I can actually answer this right off the top of my head, and it's still a bug to this day that you can actually do. You go into Star Marine and you kill someone on the staircase, and their body will assimilate into the handrail and just start flailing around violently. It's my favorite thing ever. Because when Old Boy kills me
Uh,
with a Ravager for the 19th time in a game, and I just see my body flailing around, it keeps me from just raging out.
That's funny.
yeah. I mean, I guess you need a little comedic relief.
That on that subject of like weird things that happen in your body, I think those are like the most interesting bugs because one of my favorite like weird bugs where your body just loses itself is when you crouch on stairs and you just belly flop into nowhere. Like if you actually if you prone down on steps, you'll just flail
Yeah,
into nothing and fall.
Evertus loves that one.
It's a good one.
He does it intentionally.
Another bug I really enjoyed, it was a recent one too, was the 890 elevator, or was it a caterpillar elevator? I don't remember, but it sent you into orbit.
I would have to go with like there was one where I believe where Omnirock got onto a train in Hurston and it just took him to the Stanton Star.
Wow.
A train through space. I personally didn't get to experience it, but just hearing about it was absolutely glorious.
If I can get a video clip of that, I would do many things for it. I just want to see it.
Dude, you have to go and just read the bug log on Spectrum and be like, how? How have you encountered that? Like that's a good time.
Some of the ones that I've experienced that I enjoyed was like falling through ArcCorp and actually surviving and just walking around the
Oh, yep.
city
I've had
streets.
that. Definitely had that. And the textures are so awful. You're like,
Terrible.
what is even here? This is not even real. I've had that before. Or the waking up on
Terrible.
the wrong side of the bed, literally,
Yeah.
and you fall into ArcCorp. There's some weird
Yep.
ones right now. It gives a whole new meaning to waking up on the wrong side of the bed.
So I was streaming with Dexter P one time. He's a Star Citizen friend of mine, and I got out. He and I were trying to go into ArtCorp when VTOL had first just kicked in, and VTOL is my mortal enemy, by the way. Yeah, I was so bad with VTOL. Like, I could not land at ArtCorp or Lorville, Levski for quite a long time. And so Dexter P is like, "Oh yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this." And he manages to miss the hangar, and we crash right outside the door. But the ship doesn't blow up, and then the planet like starts eating it. Like, it just like starts going into the planet. So we of course all jump out of the ship, and we're walking around like the outside of the hangars of ArcCorp. The textures out there were so bad. I won't like it gave me a migraine from having to look at them for more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, some of them are really gnarly. Like when you see stuff the game does in the back end, like if you've ever fallen through a planet and you've looked at like if you just look down, you can see like how crazy the textures are. It's not good. It's like, whoa. If I stared at that for a really long time, I'd probably get dizzy, you know?
Evertus says he loved VTOL, and I mean, it really was either you loved it or you hated it. There was no in.
VTOL was really good if you had dual sticks. If you had dual sticks, VTOL was fine. I felt like you could just you could compensate for if the left and right tilts were too wild, you could just strafe left and right to sort of balance it out. So I got used to it pretty well, and to the point where the only thing that bugged me about VTOL was trying to land in the hangars because the hangars were still magnetic and would mess you up no matter what. No matter how much control, you'd still get blown up. So
Yeah, I mean, I got so used to VTOL, but by the time they brought back the old way, I forgot how to fly, and it ended up being worse for me. I've crashed several times since 3.7. Just because I got so used to VTOL.
I think what we need is a good mix between VTOL and proximity. Just get a nice, healthy medium. And maybe that's what they're planning. Who knows? Because I don't. But maybe they're planning to make proximity do something. Because I don't even know when proximity is on. As far as I know, my thrusters are just always one way, you know? So, yeah. But hopefully they find a good mix right in between so that we could maybe turn it on and off when we want. And if you turn it off, you'll be in proximity or vice versa.
I disagree.
But, wow, you don't want it at all. You're like,
VTOL.
no.
I hate VTOL.
He's like, I'm done.
No.
Like, listen, my ship
Don't
should
bring
not
it
fly
back.
like a helicopter, thank you.
There's probably a CIG developer watching us right now, and if VTOL comes back, I blame you, Jude.
No. You can't blame. I'm just giving my opinion. This is what I think. But I have like stated my opinion once, and one of the next patches I've seen them do something, and so I'm like, oh god, no. So if you're watching CIG, do whatever you planning on doing. Don't take my input. I'm not that special.
I hate it so.
You guys want to talk about some of the upcoming stuff coming up in 3.0?
Oh yeah, I don't know when
do.
they're planning on doing that, but we might get some of that stuff really soon because we've had the staggered development. So some of these patches might roll out a lot sooner.
They said the end of December.
End of December.
It'll
Yeah,
go to Evo by then for sure. I mean, Evo should be before then.
You guys think Microtech for sure, and we have CitizenCon too that's coming up, so we'll probably see some really cool stuff, and they'll probably hold the patch out until after CitizenCon, I'd imagine.
Well, they said at CitizenCon they're supposed to do the new jump point, and we're supposed to get another system. What do you think that's going to be? I say it's going to be Terra Nova.
I thought Nyx for the longest time. Because Delamar is technically supposed to be in Nyx, so I figured one jump point away, one wormhole away, you'd be in Nyx, right? Technically. But some people speculate a whole different system. And I don't know, as long as we get something and another place to go, I'd be happy. But it would suck if it's another place like Pyro, for example. Let's say we get Pyro and then come to find out there's one star and one moon circling Pyro. And it's like, here's a new system with nothing in it.
Right.
So,
I'd be very upset.
Maybe it'd be full of vandals and we have an enemy system to go to.
Well, one of the things about Pyro, in my personal opinion, that I think is most appealing is the fact that it's going to be somewhat dangerous towards ship components and your ship overall. So just like if you're flying
okay.
around when the star is having one of its like gamma ray outbursts or whatever it's supposed to be, it could potentially hurt your ship.
That's interesting that it can do that, though, or that we're gonna have to play with those kinds of environmental changes, especially in
Yeah.
space, right? Hopefully, we have things like component fixing, those types of things, or like some way to repair your ship from the inside without maybe having to go outside totally. Because we have the what's the mining tool now that we can use to sort of meld, or it's a cutter. Maybe they'll give us a melder, meld our components together.
I mean, weld.
But welding. Sorry. Okay. Listen, Monty, relax. Okay. Little semantics there. Okay.
No,
Melding. You're
I
right.
was like,
It is welding.
is melding a word?
Melding is a word, but not the correct word. Um. So microtech is obviously going to be one thing that is a buzzword for 3.8. So like we've definitely seen those types of words tossed around at other events and whatnot.
Yeah, I
Do you
mean,
guys think we
essentially,
might?
we've seen it white box at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally floating in our system, and they say it's not here because we don't have enough memory, right? So, if my thing is, if they plan on with 3.8, if they're planning to give us microtech, and if they're planning to give us all that, do you think that maybe we would have server side OCS if there would now be enough memory for micro? That's something I
I
think.
wouldn't put it past them to
I
sneak that one in there.
have a question. You
Yes,
guys are gonna
sir.
What's up?
be angry at me. What's OCS?
Really?
Object container streaming.
Yeah,
The
so
technicality of that is, I how do I explain that in word? If you want to explain it, oh boy, if you have the explanation of it, you
I mean, a
can.
super simple way to explain it essentially was at one point in time in Star Citizen, everything used to be on the same plane, more or
Sure.
less. So when you loaded into the game, everything had to load in. Every single movement that happened in the game had to be registered on the server and on your client as well. With OCS, once they implemented that, which was somewhere around 3.3 maybe
3.34, yeah.
3.4 maybe, yeah. They they put everything into object containers, so you only loaded what was like in your immediate vicinity, which was a significant less strain on your machine, which is why the performance increase came. And at the time I believe it was even unexpected. Like they didn't expect it to do as well as
Right.
it ended up doing.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I just
So
didn't know what it was.
I think what it is like if you take your character and you turn a 180, you're loading in that 180 what you need. So think about your viewpoint, like think of your head right here. And as you move your viewpoint, you're loading what is needed in that view. Is that what I'm kind of understanding?
yeah.
That's what
Yeah, I
loading
mean
is.
that's
And
how
that's
most
very,
games do
yeah.
it, honestly. And most game engines will only render what you see that's within your immediate your immediate
Viewpoint.
viewpoint, and then like Jude was saying, like 180 degrees on both sides as so you,
So basically, we're getting technology. We're starting to catch up, right,
you know,
to other games.
and OCS was actually only implemented client side at this. So when what we're talking about with server side OCS, that would free up the memory that would potentially be needed for microtech to be implemented.
Mhm.
Thank you for the
Hopefully.
follow, Black Bat.
I think it also there's something to do with server meshing, where we maybe instead of loading on individual servers, we may mesh servers together, which might be something that we see sort of like maybe. And I'm not going to use this as a actual thing, or don't take it with a grain of salt, but sort of like imagine how Destiny works right now, where you load clusters, or you're sort of in clusters, and everybody can be anywhere at any given time, but on different servers, and then you can maybe group up. That's how I always kind of imagined it would be, but now that when I think about it, it would be really hard for the Star Citizen to work in that sort of fashion because in Destiny you're always in fire teams or you're always in a group with somebody or you're solo. So meeting up with people just randomly in the verse would be like really difficult. And I actually hope that's not how it is. But
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see how it's implemented.
yeah, you guys think we'll get any capital ships coming up?
I mean, the Anvil Carrick's supposed to be coming. I don't know if that's technically considered a capital ship. It's definitely one that's on the immediate horizon.
Yeah, people are like, you know, the Carrack looks really small for like maybe I'm just seeing it wrong in pictures, but I feel like it's relatively small. The carrot.
The carrot.
It is fairly small, but I think it's similar to the 890 jump where it's still in that classification in terms of the ship components that can be installed on it.
Mm,
I just want to get some missiles on it.
needs to be small.
So, what do you guys think about new Babbage?
That's sort of the crime. It's like if you have a crime stat, it'd be safe. It'd be like the new Grim Hex area.
Yeah,
Am I wrong about that?
that's what I heard. Is that the law is very,
Yeah,
Gray.
it's lax. It's laxed
Yeah.
out there.
The nice thing about it, that at least from the earlier videos that I was watching, was that they tried to do things a little bit differently and incorporate everything into one like immediate area, so you don't have to worry about jumping on a train to go over to whatever part of the city. Like it's all supposed to be right there, right around the spaceport or whatever.
Yeah,
So it'll be somewhat convenient. We'll see though.
that'd be nice. Yeah, I think it's a cool opportunity for them to, for like bring in some other stuff from the lore. I think I was even watching at one point they were talking like strip clubs or something at one point with some of the pictures. And
my prayers have been
or
answered.
sorry, exotic dancers as part of like sort of the story. But whatever they do, I hope like we get some story in Star Citizen. Like I think kind of right now is we don't have like we do have story missions and we do have lore. It's like Star Citizen has a ton of lore. Like if you actually like go and read up on a lot of this stuff, there's a lot of lore. But I feel like when you're in game, when you're and not talking about Squadron 42 because I'm sure that's going to fill up a whole bunch of gaps, but actual like MMO persistent universe, I feel like there's not a lot that tells the story of Star Citizen. So I hope with microtech and upcoming patches we get a lot of that stuff, you know, missions that bring us through different stories.
Now, with it being the home world of Microtech, people who make our Moby glass, do you guys think that we're gonna get different styles on Moby glass, maybe, or maybe like an upgrade package to it or something?
New apps.
I would love to see apps, man. That's one thing I mean they've hinted at it for like there's little spaces for it to be installed on our current version.
Mm-hmm.
Just
it's
give me
only a
Temple
matter of
Run
time.
and Flappy Bird, and I'll be very happy.
Angry Bird. No, but I think like that the Moby Glass is really cool because it's like sort of like advanced from phones, but at the same time it can be used like how we use our phones, you know? So if they can really do something with that that like sets it apart from other games and like the communication between your friends, for example, like right now we have all these issues with parties not working and your contacts not working, but if they really iron it out and we get like your Moby Glass working like how it should, like how I'm imagining that they imagine it, then we could see some really cool stuff. Like we'll see like using the face over IP and all that stuff we don't get to use now because it doesn't work. But when it does come out, it would be awesome. So it's just a cool. I'm excited for it.
CIG, you better give me Spacebook.
Facebook.
Please, I want to make my own profile, have my own music, and have a top 8.
No, can you make it more like MySpace though? Like bring back MySpace.
Bring back
Bro.
Star Space.
So another thing that's coming with the next patch is going to be the new interiors for the space stations, the restaurant,
Yep.
Yeah, I heard we're gonna be
and
getting some new like new stores or something. Like
yeah, they're going to implement food courts basically, to where we'll have and they're all supposedly supposed to be procedural. So you go in, and obviously they're all going to have an overall theme and aesthetic to it, but there's supposed to be enough of a difference to where each space station has its own feel to it. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how important it is to bring in food courts at this point in the game, because we're not really worried.
Well, we saw them when they were doing that dev thing when he was developing the noodly things. No, okay, turtle soup is not happening. PETA, I will call PETA. Dude, okay, funny story. I recently was doing a stream and I found the turtles in game finally. Never ever did for this entire time. It's been like a couple patches. And I was like, so what are the significance of the turtles? I never realized that they're fucking cutting up the turtles and putting them into soup. That just I don't know that just seems wrong to me.
have you guys ever
like
had turtle soup?
no
Flying
Oh,
sparrows
it's so
to save the
good.
turtles.
So in
Oh,
Hawaii,
it's
it's like
so
really
good.
illegal to like take and cut and kill turtles. Like it's super bad. It's like no in Hawaii. Like to save the turtles. It's like you don't even touch turtles when they're here. So
You know what? Cesium, you're the one I'm inviting to my barbecues.
you're gonna barbecue turtles? What's wrong with you?
By the way, Eldridge, about your app idea, I completely agree. It's a
And
Star
this is
Pornhub,
Soup
I
a
agree.
PG Christian stream, all right? None
I know. I feel bad.
Right.
I even said the F word. Sorry about that.
I'm just kidding.
PG-13.
Just kidding. Pornhub all day.
See, Avertis, you're coming to my cookout too.
Oh, don't you lie like I won't be there.
We're only eating turtles.
I won't be there.
And see, I got you.
No, eating turtles. Unreal. On the
So yeah,
mainland,
they're
snapping
supposed to be
turtles are just
dropping that
best.
Anvil Carrack, and apparently the Asperia Prowler. It's another ship that potentially could be coming along with 3.8.
Now, I heard the Asperia Prowler is a boarding ship.
That's what they say.
Does that mean we're going to finally get spaces or ship-to-ship docking?
Well, the Prowler is a drop ship, right? It's literally a drop ship.
I
When
was reading somewhere that it's a boarding ship.
am I thinking of the right ship? The one that looks like almost alien? The Prowler? I'm pretty sure it's meant to be sort of this drop ship.
So
I
it's
don't know.
the alien equivalent of the.
It's definitely not like Banu Alien, but its design characteristics are very much alien looking. Like the way they've designed it. Like if we can pull up a picture of the Prowler, it definitely looks like what you would find. That's definitely a drop ship. It is it's a drop ship. It is.
Yeah, I mean it's got those pads.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't thinking of the wrong ship. Is all.
When are we gonna get some like ODST drop pods in the game? That's what I want.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be awesome.
I like the wings on it a lot. It's got a really cool alien vibe to it. The fins or whatever.
We're looking up the Prowler. I hope it's the ship I'm thinking of because
it definitely looks like a drop ship from the screenshots.
Yeah, it's got that's 100% a drop ship, but also sort of has some unnecessary characteristics I'm looking at here, like those wings. Why? No, yeah, so it has the drop ship. Like
I think the wings would be beneficial for like cover if you jump out of the side areas and then duck down behind them.
Not that way. Oh, right. That's actually really cool now that you mentioned that. Monty, do we have a picture of El Prowler?
I don't have one. I could probably find one.
No, it's cool. You know, if it's too much to bring up, like, don't worry about it.
Gillinan says in lore they are called nails and Marines use. Not sure what he's talking about.
No, the drop pods, they're called nails.
Gotcha.
Listen, I mean, as an org, the drop pods would be great because if we need to take over an area, we can get in, we can get people on the ground very fast and not really have to get too close. And especially if we can drop them from out of orbit. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that would be epic. That would be epic. I want some drop pods. All right.
Well, that would just make it easier for us to do org events. Like, say, there's a rival org that's causing some ruckus. We go find their base and we go.
What ships
Give
do
them
you
what's
think
for.
would be equipped with those drop pods? Like maybe freelancers or
Discord. I can't, or else it'll uncrop our faces. Here, you know what?
Phone?
Hold up. I have an answer. You guys keep talking. It's gonna take a second.
Are you just gonna hold your phone up to your camera? That's what he's doing.
That's a prowler.
There it is.
He did it. Jesus.
That's actually pretty cool.
Actually, yeah, it's like you said, the wings too. When they drop off, the wings become the cover. It'd be cool if they expanded out as well. That would be really cool.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
and some of the pictures I've seen, they actually look like they do. There's
Mhm.
fins that kind of come out.
Fins that come out of the wings. That would be really, really cool.
Cesium found the ships we've been complaining about all day.
What's up?
Look in the chat. Cesium. So there's a Merlin and a Saber in ArcCorp near the train station.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. How'd they get there? CIG is how.
So one of the other things that that's going to be coming with 3.8 with new FPS weapon. So I think we're going to be getting our first missile launcher, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it's called the. Hold on, I have it in the notes.
It's the Apocalypse Arms, right?
Yeah, Apocalypse Arms.
That'll be interesting. I'm interested to see how they're going to implement missile launchers, since we technically don't really have grenades right just yet.
Well, we do have a
dumbfire.
We do have a dumbfire launcher right now that goes on the Harbinger. So I imagine like maybe incorporating that somehow into a rocket launcher or a missile launcher, or if they want to do an RPG style, because RPG is much different than missile launcher, right? It's like rocket propelled grenade or a grenade launchers. I don't know. This is a little different. So it depends on what route they want to go. Do you want to fire grenades or do you want to fire actual rockets at people, you know? So, but I heard something about mechs real quick before we move on. Somebody somewhere, buzzword I've been hearing is like maybe getting mechs. There's been a new project or a new game from Star Citizen that's been announced, and it's got the head that did Mech Warrior. What was his name?
So
I can't remember.
Would it be an entirely different game?
We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, if we got mechs in Star Citizen, I could see that.
It's like a new project. Maybe getting a Titan suit, right? Somebody messaged me a picture of the Titan suit. I can see if I can find it here. Oh, I got it. Oh, Monty, here you go. Let me send this to you.
Yeah, I heard about that Titan suit a while back.
You probably can't check our notes here, but we can see that. It's kind of nifty looking at something like that.
Give me a second.
Pretty...
I got
Cheers, Sin Omega. Thanks for the follow and stopping by.
That's the
Peace,
picture I
man.
got sent. That would be cool. I feel like
Would
I would
be
like
awesome.
it if it was like a ripped off, like if they took like industrial things and then like put a nail gun on it or something, but like didn't make them like combat oriented. Because I feel like if they did that, it would just become too OP at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because believe me, people will figure out how to jam one down inside of a base or something, and then it would be bad.
Well, anything that gets implemented, people will find a way. If it's good in any way, people will find a way to make that like the meta. You know, like whoever thought the Vanguard Warden would be the meta, and well, it was for a bit before new ships have come about. But even then, I still think a Vanguard is properly proper to use. I don't know if I'd call it meta, but so, any people will find a way, and those people that delve into builds and depending on what we can put on these things, like if we're able to put, you know, fully Revenant 4 size 4s on the arms, it could be scary. That could be something I don't want to ever mess with. So who knows? Maybe it'll be medical only or completely weaponless. Who knows?
Right.
It could be
We'll see. We will see.
But also, we're getting something way more important because I'm opening my own fight club. We're getting melee.
That's right. Hand-to-hand combat, dude. That's something everyone's been excited about for a while.
Old boy, you and I are squaring up, and we're gonna live stream it.
I'm down. Let's do some bar fights.
We'll go fight in the bar of the 890.
Dude, one rule about Fight Club: we don't talk about Fight Club.
No, we just stream it on Twitch
for everyone to see.
That I just can't wait. I heard we're also going to be getting melee weapons. Please, Lord, give me a battle axe.
I just want the sword from Halo with the charge feature.
I want the Destiny swords. It's pretty cool too.
I mean, everybody wants a lightsaber. Come on.
This is true.
Who doesn't want a damn
Vader
lightsaber?
outfit?
Good night, cupcakes.
Good night, beautiful. Oh.
See you, Saint Omega. Have a good day at work.
Bloop. I want a laser sword, like
Me
a
too.
lightsaber.
Dude, if we got lightsabers, that'd be great.
It would be really cool.
I would change my in-game name from Monty the Meat Missile to Darth Monty.
You want some old boy raid Mushu martial arts shit? Dude, like that one scene in Old Boy where they're just going down the hallway, just like laying into fools. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Did we ever get a like a preview of what the combat's gonna look like or what they're planning on doing? Or no?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I couldn't find anything about it. But
so
again, there will be a fight club, and you all are welcome.
We will be there in that fight
Many
club.
will enter. Only one will leave.
So, we got on the subject of it being really popular in Star Citizen. We've been seeing a lot of new faces in Scored even since I've been here. Do we have any new members?
We do. I have to get the list real quick because I'm a bad mamma jamma.
I'm a bad mamma jamma.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up here. Give me just
definitely have a lot of new faces around. I think we're up to 195 members, and that was after a recent purge of inactive. So I mean, that's still pretty solid. Just judging based off of the amount of people that showed up for our meeting tonight. I mean, we had like a solid 25 to 30 people there, and a lot of people couldn't make it.
Yeah, the meeting was stacked. I was not prepared for how many people that showed up. That was crazy. It was actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, we stuffed like 30 people into an 890 and actually had a really good meeting. Got a lot done.
So cool. Kill it. An original Old Boy is the only Old Boy, by the way. It's all about that Korean Park Chan-wook.
So congratulations to Condoris, Grumpy Gramps, Spazzy McGee and Darth Maul, also
Welcome to
known
the
as
org,
Venom
guys.
X342, and joining the org.
Welcome.
New members.
I'm super happy to have you guys. It's always awesome to know that we keep getting new members each week, the order, and
It's really cool.
It's great to see that Scordcast is actually doing what we wanted it to do, and that's bring more people into the org and more people into the game.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have everyone streams. We're all meeting people and you know, reaching out to the community and trying to get Scored out there and try to do events like we mentioned this earlier, but doing events with other orgs when we can. Scored does events. I can't really participate because my time zone doesn't line up, but Scored does events like every week. I mean, you got things happening on the weekends. You have things happening during the week, so you know, for those of the members that may not know that, some of you guys that are new, like, you know, jump in on those events, keep updated in the Discord, and you know, participate because it's actually really fun. Or those of you guys that are in other orgs that are watching and may want to join, make sure you guys get in contact with some of us so that we can put something together with your org. But yeah, so welcome
Sparrow
new
joining
members.
up.
Yeah, Flying Sparrow, where you at?
Yeah, Sparrow, I'd love you forever if you joined our org.
I love you forever.
Also, you Archangel TV, I know you're here.
Oh boy. I think we're almost this went by fast.
Yeah,
she's lurking.
We might be
lurking.
wrapping it up here, guys. It's a good.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely always a good time hanging out with you boys, and it's not surprising that an hour flies by when the three of us get together. Four of us get together.
That we do this. It's fun.
It is fun. Missing Hankin for sure. Hopefully next week we'll have him back on.
We need his beautiful face here.
You know, we haven't had all four of us on since episode 1.
The first one.
That's true.
Last week we were missing 2 of you. This week we're missing 1. I swear there's going to be an episode where one of us is going to have to do it by ourselves.
Monty's just running it solo. I had to say when Hankin said he wasn't going to be able to make it, I was almost sad. I was like, oh, but that's okay. We got it done. We did.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that you might not come to this one because Hankin bailed, and I was a little afraid.
No, I kind of sensed that too. That I.
Hey, Raven Queen, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in.
Hello, Raven Queen.
Big welcome, Raven Queen. Awesome.
Hearts just because I love you.
Winter says he volunteers as a guest to fill in when we need anybody. That's awesome. Thank you, Winter.
Ooh, that'd actually be good.
That'd actually be really fun to do. Maybe we'll have to.
Yeah, if we find out early enough that we might be missing a person, we'll reach out to and see. I mean, even if we want to pull other people in, I think that's a good idea. Just in general, not just Winter, but if other people may want to be on as a guest and talk about the show and talk about some of their experiences, like heck, I think that's a great idea. You know, even a couple of people. I don't know how that would go, but because I know Monty, you got to organize everything in Discord, but I think if we can get people, I've heard of other programs to use like Zune and stuff that do really well for putting everyone together on the screen. So look into that, but hopefully, because I think it's good to hear everybody's opinions out loud and stuff,
Yeah.
So
I think in the future we might also hold a Scordcast meeting where some of the Scordcast members will get into a Discord. People come and talk to us about what they want to see us do, and it's going to be super awesome because I want to be more. I don't want to cast the idea that Scordcast is like pulled away from Scored in any such way. No, we thrive the way I'm able to make Scordcast, or the way that we're able to make Scordcast is through the help of everybody in the order. And it's a great thing that you guys have been such a help, especially with the screenshots and clips. just everything. You guys are amazing. I'm super proud of
Yep.
every single one of you, and I'm super proud to be part of the org.
Same here.
Yeah,
It's a
here,
good
man.
time.
07 Scarlet Order.
Scarlet Order.
Well, with that, guys, I think we're gonna end it out. It was a great episode. Thank you for tuning in today. Yeah, I hope to see you next Sunday.
See you guys later.
Have a great night, guys.
Around you. Open your mind. The world has been left broken. Open your mind. The world has been left broken.